Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Rule the Waves Free with me, Alpha Pi Omega, and the German Empire, or more precise, the Kaiserliche Marine. So, in the last episode we have entered the war with Russia. It was November 1898, and today we are going to probably fight our first battle. So I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen. The battles are based on certain templates, but they are randomly generated, and you never know which kind of ships are going to be pulled in it. So once we end the turn, we might be treated to pretty much anything. But before we do that, I wanted to mention two things. First of all, Japan has already managed to blockade Russia, which is kind of interesting, and that's where 313 victory points that we have is coming from. So that's pretty good. And second, I have been actually informed in the comments of one thing that I completely missed, and that is the fact that, I'm not going to show it this way, but when we... Wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? What I wanted to say is that when we rebuild the ships, we have a monthly cost and time over down here. And one thing that I actually completely missed is that while the time goes up or down depending on what you do here, you can see that, the time went up to 8 months. It goes to unbelievable lengths when you change the ammunition, even if you lower it. So the reason why our ships are rebuilding for so long is pretty much only because we have decided to lower the amount of ammo that they carry, which is bizarre, and I have no idea why that is. I've never really noticed that. And, if you put in the central rangefinder and you increase the amount of positions, the only cost it has is 3 months of 397. But if you can accommodate the amount of extra tonnage, lower the shells, it jumps up to 12. This is weird, especially because I can, for example, lower the amount of armor on secondary guns to much a lower amount, and it doesn't change the monthly cost. So yeah, I should have done that. I didn't know, and that it's gonna bite us in the ass right now. I know that we have been caught pretty much with our pants down at this point, and we'll just have to deal with it. There really isn't anything that I can do with that. I didn't notice that, and now I know, so I'll learn from it. But again, live and learn. This game is very complex, and yeah, I just didn't know. So with that said, there's not much else that I can do at this point, but bite the bullet and go with it. So let's end the turn now and see what's going on. Okay, and we immediately got a cruiser action in the Baltic Sea, or location East Prussia. Own forces in the area: 2 battleships, 8 heavy cruisers, 5 light cruisers, and they have 8 battleships, 1 cruiser, 1 light cruiser, 1 armored merchant cruiser, and 6 destroyers. So if this is a cruiser action, it should omit the battleships, and that should be fairly good for us. So the ships that we will have in there is the 2nd Home Fleet Cruiser support. You have the 1st Bismarck, 1st Caprivi, and 1st Below, and 2 support ships, Light Cruiser Geffion and Light Cruiser Topi. We have no information about the expected enemy forces in the battle. So we can accept it or decline it. If we accept it, it means that we will gain the possibility to fight. If we decline it, they will automatically gain 200 victory points. So I'm not going to give them that. We're just going to fight, and we need to inflict more damage on enemy ships than we suffer ourselves to be considered victorious. So let's accept it and jump into the battle. So how this works is that you have your ships on the map, but you have seen it yourselves that, wait, I'm going to use this is much better. We actually have a realistic map of the entire world. I never tried it, but you can pretty much take your ships and sail with them anywhere. It's very much possible. though there really is no reason to. But I sailed pretty big amounts of distance during some of the battles. Now we have extended amount of information about each of our ships. We can see where they're going, and this is our core ship, First Bismarck. That's the one that we are going to command. Now we can see here that all of our ships are running at speed of 12 knots. They have a maximum of 20. They took no damage. They're not flooding, and they didn't score any hits. They have their guns ready. They have 100% ammo. They got torpedoes, fuel, and so on. The roll is independent. We are kind of okay with it. And when we go and check these guys, we have 2 light cruisers here, both capable of 20 knots, one actual of 21 knots. They have their guns ready, and the roll is green. I'll actually put you on support for now, because I want you to follow us. And we are going to... What are we going to do here? That's a question. The enemy is most likely going to come from the north. We have a lot of potential support batteries over here. No, I'm pretty certain they're fairly small. Yeah, these are the 6-inch coastal batteries. I don't think they have a very big range. Can I see it here? No, I can't even see the range. Doesn't it say here somewhere? Range. It should show me. Wait. Will it show me? Sighting ranges and main gun range. Okay, it doesn't. But for us, it should. So these lines show the range. We have local time 10:09 in the morning. So this is the sighting range. That's what we can see, and this is the range of our weapons. So it is pretty much at this time 100% certain that we will see the enemy coming at us before we start shooting at them. Unless a storm comes. No, the weather is clear, there's light breeze. Sighting range is nearly 30,000 yards. So yeah, during the night it will be about 4,500, which is well below the range of our guns. But okay, well, let's unpause the game. Let our ships run. They are on automatic control until you spot the enemy, if I'm not mistaken. And here we go. We sighted our first ship over here. So we don't really know much about it. Other than that, it's an independent ship. And we have gained a control of our fleet. So considering they are this far away, I'm just gonna change our course to go here. You can see the little arrows here showing where the ships are moving. And remember, we're only commanding First Bismarck, First Koprivi, and First Below, while the other ships are under AI control. So I can only give them vague orders and giving them some kind of information about what they should do. Now, it is very likely, okay, it is not very likely, but I was about to say that it's very likely that we will just encounter cruisers here. And because they have one cruiser, it should be fine for us. But it won't, because we already see 2 ships there. So unless it's a merchant ship, this could be really bad for us. If it's a battleship, I don't really feel like playing with those. The game takes time in these little increments. You can decide for how long you want the game to run. Okay, so we identified one of those ships as the heavy cruiser. So we know it is a heavy cruiser. I'm actually going to change the course for our ships. I'm gonna have to be really careful here. I'd rather take a little bit of an L here. Those are destroyers. Okay. So that means I'm gonna max out my ships. Because if that's just a cruiser and destroyers, we have a really good chance of... Okay, no, there's a light cruiser. We think it's a Pallada class. 5,200 tons. We don't... Okay, so that's not even the heavy cruiser, it's the light cruiser, and these are identified as destroyers. So let's try to... They're running. I would too, because, you know, they most likely don't want to play with our heavy cruisers. Now, which way are they running? They're probably running towards... well, their bases should be in here, so if we can cut them off, we might be able to get them to a place we can do something with them. So let's... Home fleet first scout signals misunderstood. Okay, I don't know what they're gonna do next. They might separate from us. Okay, now they're where we want them to be, so let us go hard for a hard turn. And they seem to be running. I don't want to overextend. Okay, let me see the distance. They are at a distance of... Wait, where can I see distance? Ah, here. So they are at about 19,661 yards. So we're gonna put the same course as they have and see if we're getting closer or not. That can help us estimate their speed. I'm intentionally not running on max because you tire your crews. Remember, this is at the time when you had literally coal boilers that you needed to shove coal in. So it is not a great idea to go overboard. Okay, they're at 18,812 yards. Let's run it for a bit. And they're definitely getting away. Those are destroyers, so they will have a much faster speed. I'm surprised. I think this might be wrong. I mean, I think misidentified one of them. That seems like it's all destroyers. I don't believe that one of those is a light cruiser, unless they can literally go at speeds which are... I mean, they will have to go at something like 20... the destroyers, yes, they can go at 27 knots. That is not an issue. But for... Okay, they're going this way. But for the rest of them... It is a little bit weird to think that. Okay, they're sailing towards our coast. If we could catch them, we could definitely sink them. But the question is if we'll be able to do this. Because they're so much faster. Yeah, these are definitely just destroyers. That is a wild goose chase. We won't be able to take them down. We'll try. We'll try, but... After 500 turns, you can see the time elapsed here. You pretty much can just end the battle as unresolved. In case you don't... have any ships actively fighting each other. Which way are you guys going? This way. Ah, okay. Yeah, those are the two destroyers. I'm interested in the cruiser, but I don't think it's here. I really believe those are all just destroyers. I mean, we're chasing them away from their territory, but they can pretty much turn at any point against us. Okay, well, this is interesting. Might be getting in range soon, at which point we are immediately gonna start shooting at them. But at this distance, the chance to hit them is extremely small. Okay, they'll be getting, yes, they'll be getting in range very soon. Okay, we need to turn. Okay, we started shooting. So the first Bismarck is shooting at this destroyer. Okay. So let us see. I need to keep them in range and close it, because if those are destroyers, they are definitely gonna be heavily outgunned. Okay, all of our ships are actually shooting at him now, or at it. I don't think we're gonna score any hits at this distance though. Bodrika's destroyer, 1 3-inch gun, 4 2-inch secondary. They got torpedo tips. We have to be really careful to not get torpedoed here, because they might be going for that. So hard turn. The distance for torpedoes, yeah, we're about 6,000 yards. They cannot torpedo us at this distance. Okay, they opened fire at us as well. Remember, if we score any kind of hits... Yes, we scored a hit. Okay, they most likely don't have any heavy armor, so even a single hit could take them down. Okay, I think this is the moment where we are gonna go to squad max. Extra knot. Okay, what's the distance? 5,287 yards. Even a few hits could take it down. This is a very small destroyer, so just run parallel with them. Come on. Oh wow, we actually got a hit here. What happened? Damage, 6% damage. Okay, well, let's hope we can do some more. That third ship is where? Well, that's lost to the sea for now. Are we keeping up with this one? Because if we are, that means it's damaged. 25 knots. 25 knots. Well, we might not be. The distance is 6,214. Yeah, it's getting away. Unless we get a lucky hit on it, it's gonna get away soon. Misunderstanding, yeah, we have issues with the signaling. Yeah, I think, yeah, they're out of range now. Well, okay, we tried. We scored a hit. Hopefully it's a bit more relevant than their hit on us. Okay, let's slow down a bit so that our crews aren't that tired. Yeah, it's just a goose chase. Unloaded a little bit at them, but hopefully it's gonna be enough. Might encounter them again, honestly. Who knows? They could be turning back at a certain point, but I don't think so. 1644 is gonna be dark soon, yeah. And then we're gonna see much less. And it's gonna be the end of it. 420. Yep. They're gone. Positively gone. Fairly cloudy. Night. Yeah, we can't see anymore. So unless they end up right in front of us, it is over. Well, that was fairly underwhelming first conflict. But I believe we still might get something from it. At least we're not gonna get like a massive loss. We faced our foe and we chased them away. Yep, no opposing ships are inside of each other and the scenario length is reached. The scenario is over. So, points for damage to enemy ships 19, ship score 19. So we scored hits. And we got 1219 points from that. Bonus for 2 surviving merchants. Points for surviving. And they get 0 points. Nice, okay. So that wasn't a complete waste. We gained 1219 points. Let's see the ship details. Light damage to the Russian destroyer division TD Bedovi. Okay, so yeah, we did 19 points of damage to it. And did they not score a hit on us? And was that like a malfunction or something? Interesting. Well, whatever. It was a victory, so I'm not gonna complain about that. So this is how the battles actually work. You command your ships on the battlefield, but I'm happy that this actually proves a certain point, and that is that speed is super important for your ships. If you are a raider, for example, and you attack enemy merchant shipping, you try to control the sea. Basically, you try to leave your enemies behind and you try to get to your prey. So speed is of utmost importance. Okay, destroyers, you're never gonna catch them using a light cruiser. But a light cruiser can fend off destroyers. So that's why our VBEC class ships are gonna be, in my opinion, that effective. They're very fast, very well armored, and very well gunned. So these destroyers would stand no chance. We could read them behind us and just keep pointing at them until they get damaged enough so that they drop off, and then we can just go and sink down the merchant shipping. And whatever bigger ship we encounter, like a battleship or a heavy cruiser, we can just avoid, no problem. So yeah, I'm happy that for this one we gained the points. It's actually pretty good. We had fun. I also hope that what I was doing here was the battle itself is self-explanatory. You see your ships on the map, you see where they're going, you see their health. I didn't really spend that much time talking about that. I was hoping that it would be quite obvious from what I'm doing. If not, please feel free to ask questions. But I'm really happy with what happened. So let's end the game here. We gained a marginal victory, 149 victory points. And our scientists reported they are working on the problem of wireless telegraphy, but success has so far eluded them. And in an engagement in Central Pacific between the Russian and Japanese navies, the Japanese ships... light cruiser Alba has been sunk. And we gained 120 victory points for blockading the enemy. And the operations of our ally added 83 victory points. Steel shortages has delayed the construction of Ariadne, Wilhelm and Electra all by 1 month. Problems in delivery of equipment delayed the rebuilding of battleship Donau. Wismar, Louisiana and Sophie were all delayed by 1 month. Tensions between Great Britain and USA decreased because they share common values. Our scientists are working on the wireless telegraphy, and Japan lost the light cruiser Alba. Okay, well, never mind, but we have 645 victory points and enemy has 0. Now, this doesn't mean anything. This is actually very marginal. You can have tens of thousands of points on each side and the war can still continue, but we are off to a good start, I believe. And with that, every single month that's going to pass, we are going to get slightly closer to the domination of the sea. And if you haven't, by the way, go to my community channel, community page. What's it called? Community page on my channel. Yeah, because I have put a voting there because I would like to know how long you want me to go on with this war. We are, either going to go out as soon as possible, we are going to stay until we gain something, or we are going to be after a complete victory, which means probably taking the Baltic states or Finland away from Russia. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to end the episode here. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to split it into these smaller episodes, which are each probably going to cover a battle or two, because already this episode is nearly 30 minutes and another battle can take, without any issues, as you saw, it can take an hour or more depending on what would be happening. Oh wow, man, my mouse is going crazy. So, any questions, post them down in the comments, and if nothing else, then I thank you and I'll see you in the next episode, which is going to cover December 1898.